Here we go. Here we go. Hey, this is for the Penn State family, okay? Penn State family only. My name, Dre Powell, okay? Class of 91, Penn State, football, Penn State alumni, student athlete, Pennsylvania native, whatever you want to call it, man. But I'm here to talk with a great friend, Mr. O.J. McDuffie, All-American Penn State, Miami Dolphin legend, but most importantly, my good friend, my good brother, somebody we all know, love, and support, and we're here to have a conversation, okay? We know what the business is.
Yep.
Right now, a great colleague of ours, OJ, has been given the task of taking over our beloved Penn State for the past month plus. And I believe, and I know publicly I've seen you support this man as why he should be given the keys permanently to the big office to be the permanent head coach, the next head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions football program. So we just want to have a conversation. You and I been having some back channel
Yes, sir.
conversations. And we've both publicly come out with our support. So we say, hey, man, let's get together. Let's link. Let's have a more detailed discussion about why Terry Smith. Why are we Terry Smith? So, OJ, go ahead and give some commentary about why you're publicly supporting him, privately supporting him, and why he's the right man for this time.
Yeah, Dre Powell, man. Thank you for, giving me this opportunity to talk about our man, Terry Smith, man. There's a lot of things. People are talking about our bias right now, right? Our bias. We play with Dre. We play with Terry. He came in with you. You guys are pretty much in the same class. I came in a year after that, man. But what I know about Terry Smith and what we know about Terry Smith is that Terry Smith is Penn State. Absolutely been Penn State. His dad was Penn State. His whole family's Penn State now. And he's been Penn State for ever since he started thinking about playing football, he's been Penn State. And we always get these guys in. I get it. There's some shiny objects out there, Dre, that, that they think that's best guy for the job at Penn State. But they don't know Penn State.
That's right.
They don't know it like we know it, and they definitely don't know it like Terry Smith knows Penn State, man. Think about it. People talk about, here's some of the things they're talking about, Dre, is they're talking about, no head coaching experience. He's in high school. Then he went to college for a year or two with I think at Temple. And then he comes to Penn State as James Franklin's assistant head man.
There you go.
Assistant head man. See, assistant head man, you know how that is, man. Assistant head man, they're not figureheads, bro. They're the ones that coaches are bouncing things off of. They don't get the final decision. And we can tell by Terry not being able to get the final decisions on some things because the way he's done things differently. And that's what I'm talking about with what Terry's going to bring. Terry's a guy, man, he's not out there for a money grab. He's not out there for, for clout. He's not out there for clicks. He's out there because he loves Penn State football, man. And he knows what Penn State football is all about, like we talk about. When I came into Penn State, honestly, I went from being a running back to a wide receiver. Who taught me how to be a wide receiver, man? Terry Smith.
He's small.
And at some point, there's a chance I could be trying to take his job out there. But he didn't care, though, man. It's all about what's best for the team, what's best for us, and what's best for a young man myself. A year younger, what's best for me as well, man. And that's what Terry's been doing with these young guys now. He's been giving these young men an opportunity to be the best they can be on the football field, and it shows. It shows, and it will continue to show because he brings the best out of people. You know this, Dre. Like, hell, at practice and games, there was no bigger competitor than Terry Smith. There was no tougher dude and the smallest dude on the field than Terry Smith.
Dog.
This dude, he's no joke, and you can see it. You can hear it. We've heard his speeches that he's done at halftime, pregame, everything. He's the true definition of a dog. And that's why we have to bring in guys like that. Terry's brought in most of the 4- and 5-star recruits that we have. But I guarantee you he'll find some 3, 2-star guys that are dogs that want to be there for the right reasons at Penn State, which is the reason we went there. We went to Penn State for a few things. We went there for the education, first and foremost. We went there to play some quality football, second. Thirdly, we went there for the brotherhood that we continue now. We continue
That's
this.
right.
You're class in 92, I'm class in 93. We're in 2025. And how tight are we as Penn Staters because of our alliance and our bond and our connection at Penn State? And T. Smalls is that dude too, man. He's one of the reasons that, you look back and we supported the program. When T. Smalls is on staff, like, oh man, we're all on board. We're all on board with Franklin. And I
Let's
love
go.
James Franklin, but you know what? He's not here anymore.
That's
But the
right.
guy that is here,
And
the guy that we
I
have right
agree.
now
I think I'm
is
losing you a
the
little
guy.
bit.
Terry Smith
OJ.
is the perfect person to bring Penn State back to what we were used to and what we can continue to get to. And he'll get the best out of these guys. He'll bring in the top recruits. He'll be boots on the ground, 10 toes down. He's humble like that, man. All he cares about is winning and bringing Penn State back to prominence, man. And that's why I feel like he's no doubt, 1,000%. Some people say 100%. I say 1,000% the right man for the job.
Man, he is. I tell you, when you talk about these viral clips of Terry, I get the same goosebumps, man. I feel like I'm in that locker room.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 18, 19, 20, 21 years of age again when I see Terry in front of these young men, because we know what it's like to be huddled up. We know what it's like watching a man, following a man that you 100% believe in. And you know he has your best interests at heart and has the best interests in our program at heart.
Right.
See, this is the thing. Terry has the ability. See, Penn State isn't a football team, okay? Penn State is a culture. Penn State football is a culture. Everything you define, from the brotherhood, from the hard work, from the education, all those principles. And we know the tagline, success with honor, okay? But Penn State football is a culture, okay? And if you don't come from that culture, you can't summon the energy, the passion that it takes to get to that final game and to win that final game. And that's what Penn State was built on. We were always the underdogs, Juice. Okay? We were just that school in the middle of the state that had the plain blue and white uniforms on. Okay? Nobody talked about us, right? But when they faced us every Saturday, they left that game knowing that football team's about that business.
Right.
Okay, and that's what I feel seeing Terry these past several weeks, man. And he talks about having identity now.
Yes.
Always, Penn State always had an identity of being tough. All wide receivers like you and Terry and the others were tough. They caught the football. They weren't no divas. Okay, if they need to go down there and crack on the linebacker, they did that.
Damn right.
Okay, every member of our team was tough, and they put Penn State first. Okay? Wasn't no scandals and wasn't no, look at me. That's why we didn't have the names on our uniform.
Right.
Okay? And I think people forget. And like you said, Terry's not coming to do this for the money. And I think right now we're throwing around, all these names of people that are going to come here. Are they coming for the money?
Right.
Or they coming to understand the culture and what a gem Penn State football is, OJ? What are they coming here for, Juice? Talk to me more about that.
Right, Dre. And you know what? You talk about culture, man. Our culture trickles down. Our culture trickles down to everything that is about Penn State. Every single sport there, every single person I run into in the streets that is Penn State. You talk about class acts, man. I saw somebody the other day commenting on one of my mini posts, man. That when we went to Auburn to play them, how classy we were. When he came to watch the reciprocal game at our place, how classy we were, because that's how we roll, man. And Terry exemplifies that. James Franklin, like we talked about, is a classy guy, very classy guy.
Very classy.
And he embodied that as well. But I'm going to tell you what, the culture is what some others did not embody. And when you come in here, you talk about some of the great coaches that have been at Penn State, they embody that culture, man. And you talk about those uniforms, Dre. When I got to Penn State, man, I was flashy. My high school, we had nice colors. I was wearing a long rag. You know what I mean? My fit was ridiculous. I didn't like Penn State's uniforms. I was like, right before I got there, I'm like, before I even thought about going there, I'm like, man, I don't know if I can play in this.
I can't do this.
You know what I mean? I don't
Black
know if I can
shoes?
play in this. But when I got there, it was all about the blue and the white, man.
That's right.
It was all about how do you represent this uniform? How they know who you are without your name on the back? Because you go out there and show that's all about us. It's all about us. And Terry was all about us, man. We had a game, we threw the ball 10 times, Dre, and all me and Terry did was block, 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 and we had a blast doing it. And he's going to get all these dudes on that same page. It ain't about the eyes in this thing. It's about the us in this thing.
That's
and
right.
T. Small's always been about the us, man. And anybody coming in here, anybody, better recognize that this is Penn State. We got a way of doing things around here, and nobody embodies that more than my man T. Smalls, and he does it every single day. Every single day, this man is all about Penn State. His whole family, he talked about himself. His whole family goes to school there now, or they've graduated from there. Of course, he's already graduated from there. Man, if you want somebody to be Penn State, be about Penn State, then you go get yourself a great Penn Stater, and that's Terry Smith. You know, I'm not trying to talk trash about Matt Rule, but Matt Rule's the guy they were talking about before he got extended at Nebraska, and look what happened against Matt Rule. T. Smalls went out there and took that game personally, in my opinion. In my opinion, he took that personally because you guys want this guy, and you already got this guy right here in Terry Smith that's about this program and knows about these programs, knows about these kids. So I'm all about what he brings to the table as a leader, as a guy that holds people accountable, and a guy that obviously gets guys ready to ball out every single Saturday.
And that's what it is, right? And the thing that I like about Terry is you just talked about all the things he sacrificed on the field. So Terry, in the culture of football, right? Some of the greatest coaches and some of the greatest mentors, the other players and everything that you'll ever receive, when they're giving you information or advice about the game or how you can become a better player, they can do that because of one simple thing. They've done it. You know, as an athlete, we receive a lot stronger from a man, from a coach that has been through what we've been through, okay? So if Terry's asking you as a wide receiver to sacrifice, we need you to block because these running backs, once they get to the second level, they can go the distance.
Right.
That's why you are important as a wide receiver. Why? Why does he have that credibility? Because of what you just said. That's what you guys used to do all the time, okay? So when you can see a man whose name rings bells at Penn State telling you, hey, this is what's going to make the team better by you sacrificing, even though you play that position. We're going to get you the ball. We're going to get you the ball, but we need you all in every play for the greater good of the program, okay? So Terry has been in that locker room. He's sacrificed on those fields. He's suffered the price. He's given the price, okay, to be a leader of men, okay? So he's very, very credible, okay? So I don't want to hear, and I see these comments on social media, well, he needs to go to Division III, Division II, and work his way up. The man has been at Penn State a dozen years.
Right.
Why does he need to go down to Division III or Division II to prove himself? Man is about to win a third straight game and take this team to a bowl game as a head coach of a Power 4 program, a blue blood program. Why am I reading commentary or listening to commentary about Terry hasn't earned it or proved himself? Okay, let me quote a very young quarterback in the NFL before he took his first start, if I can do this, okay? This is what I see of Terry. Shedeur Sanders was asked before he took the field on Sunday a very simple question, and his answer was this: I'm the one they've been looking for the whole time. It's right in front of our face, okay? Terry is right in front of our face.
Terry is right in front of our face. Terry was put in a very difficult situation, comes out, after James Franklin gets let go, he loses his top quarterback, brings in, a young quarterback in Grunk, who I absolutely love. The dude, game to game to game, is starting to show why this dude's a top recruit not only in Ohio, but in the whole United States as a quarterback. So you got Iowa first, right, Black? You got Iowa
right.
first. You know, you go there right after all that happens. Green quarterback. Franklin just gets fired, and, you know, they go in there and play at night there. Tough situation. Battle the hell
Tough
out.
place
They
to
go
win.
to the tough place to win no matter what. We had great teams that went in there and struggled to win late in those situations. Then you go play number 1, Ohio State, in Columbus. Battled them in the first half. Ohio State puts it away towards the second half. Now we got number 2, Indiana, coming to our crib. Mendoza, top 5 quarterback, comes to our place. Had them on the ropes. Let them off the hook at the end, but hell, that was one of the best games I've ever watched. And
Right.
who had them boys ready to ball like that? Terry Smith.
Coach
And you
Small.
saw
That's
Grunk's progression going. And then so on and so forth with the last couple wins, few wins that we've had where we've just beaten the hell out of teams.
That's right.
And that's bottom line. Beat them up physically, mentally, emotionally. And then, like, I don't know if you did, man, but I was in tears watching Terry Smith leave the football field, and everybody's chanting Terry.
Goosebumps, man.
We got so many
Goosebumps.
people that be on social media like, oh, take the emotion out of. The hell with taking the emotion out. This is an emotional game. We're emotional about this program. And if they're not emotional about their university, they need to shut the hell up. Bottom
That's
line.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We want the right guys doing the right thing all the time. Wins will come and championships will follow. That's the bottom line. This dude's going to get the right dudes in the right places. He's going to hold them all accountable. And I'm going to tell you this, there's no better motivator than Terry Smith. I wish I had eligibility left, dog. I wish I had some eligibility left. You know, I don't, and I probably, you know, at 55, 56, I can't run any routes anymore anyways, but still, though, you know, I probably can't even remember the playbook, but I always got these. These are going nowhere. These are going nowhere. You know what I mean? Everybody's always surprised about my hand sign. I don't know where they came from, but hell, they worked. They got me. They got me where I need to get, man. But, you know, on a serious note, man, I don't understand how people cannot look at Terry Smith and realize that he's the best man for the job. There's been some great interim guys that have gotten an opportunity. Dabo Sweeney's, the Days at Ohio State. Those guys they were interims. You know, they were assistants originally, and then they got the gigs. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily interns, but they were assistants. They were in the program already, and then they got the job when the other guys left. This is a perfect opportunity. It's a perfect opportunity to get our guy back at the head realm. It's also a perfect opportunity to right some wrongs, in my opinion. And Terry Smith is the right guy. He's not gonna sit there and go all the way back to where he was. But I'm gonna tell you what, that 409 Joe Button, whew, man, that brought something out of me right there, man. And those that don't know, they better find out what it's all about. It ain't about going back to being Joe. He's gonna be Terry Smith, and he's gonna do things current. He's gonna do things his way. He's gonna carve his own path. It ain't about going back in history. It's about moving forward. But this guy right here knows our history, and he knows how to use it to make us great again.
Hey, that's 409 wins at our program.
Yes.
Our coach has the record. Okay, we should be proud. We should stand on that number. And Terry, hey, the khaki pants and everything else. Hey, when Coach Smith said, "This is my locker room," hey, the man has already told everybody. He's told Kraft. He's told the media. He's told the world, "I want the job. I want the job. I'm worthy." Okay? You see what? You see our boys doing what? After the game, Juice? What they holding up? What they holding up, Juice? That's what they holding up, Juice.
That's what they holding up, Dre.
Come on, man.
That's what they're holding up, Dre. If we ain't listening to them, who the hell are we listening to?
Come on, man. You know, I mean, the man has proven himself worthy. Okay? He's honest. You ask him a question, he's going to answer that question. The man is right in front of you, in front of us, shedding tears because of what Penn State means to him. You touched on Mr. Smith, his legacy, and what that's done to impact Terry and his entire family. Are you telling Terry ain't trying to leave not trying to leave Penn State? He's not trying to leave. He's not trying to find something else. This is home. He treasures this program. That's the type of leadership. Michigan will tell you all the time what the great Bo Schembechler used to say all the time. I want a Michigan man to coach Michigan.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Why can't we want the same thing? He's proven himself. If Terry would have never been elevated, into this position as interim head coach, we would never know that he could do this. But he's been given the opportunity, and OJ, he's proven himself more than worthy, man. So I'm 100%, and I'm 10 toes for Terry getting this job, man. And I just need the world to know my position, the position of his fellow teammates, former teammates, friends for life, and many other supporters, man, that said, man, this man has earned it. You ain't giving him anything. He's earned it. His resume is right in front of him. And let me say this, Juice. Do you know the pressure that Terry has now put on? If he don't get this job, the next guy that gets this job is going to be what? He's going to be compared to what Terry has done over this past few weeks.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this too, Dre. I'm putting it right here, man. If Terry doesn't get this job, I'm done with Penn State football, man.
Explain, Juice.
I'm done with Penn State football, man. There's never been a better person, better time, better anything to represent who we are as Penn State, as who we are as Penn State football, is who we are as men and the way we've grown up and the things that we treasure in life all come from the Penn State way of doing things. And that's what Terry exemplifies. And if you pass on that again, you've had opportunities to bring some Penn Staters in here. You pass on that again, that's going to be a problem for me, man. It's going to be a big problem for me. Now, if Terry went out there, didn't show against Iowa, didn't show against Ohio State, didn't show against Indiana, didn't win these last few games, we wouldn't be here banging this drum. We'd be like, oh, we gave it a shot, didn't work out for us. You know what I mean? Terry can, whatever happens there. But damn, he's shown us that. He's the man that can do it, man. So if he hasn't shown enough, I know he's had an interview already.
Mm-hmm.
I told him on straight up, like, I know you have an interview, but hell, your resume already speaks for itself. And that's how I feel. His resume already speaks for itself. People can say, oh, he beat a few unranked teams. Hell, we're unranked. And we blew them cats out. So I'm not trying to hear what they're trying to say to me, man. You know what I mean? They don't see it.
To down his resume.
They don't see it, man. We're one game from being bowl eligible, man. And they're going to be in there going against a great coach who we both love, Greg Schiano. Going to be a tough battle against Rutgers, but watch the results. The results will speak for themselves.
But he's going to have them ready. He ready.
Ready.
So,
ready, man. We
Juice,
ready.
man, when people hear that clip, Juice, they can be like, come on, man, Juice. Yeah, you just saying those things. I'm gonna let you speak to why you feel that way, okay? As somebody that bleeds blue and white, you're very visible for the program. But you're saying that, correct my record if I'm wrong. That's how much you believe that this is the right man, that Penn State can rectify and revitalize something that's been maybe, I don't know if it's this, I don't know if you can measure it.
Right.
But as successful as we've been, right, over the past decade or so, we've had our bump in the road. That's well documented. But in my eyes, I'm not speaking for you. You can fill this in. It just seems like we've been missing. I don't know how it's measured. But when we've lined up in those big games, from our days of playing there, when there's been big games, we've been able to win some of those big games as an underdog, okay? We win the games that we're supposed to win. We just have been missing something to win those games that we weren't supposed to win. And I believe, and maybe you believe the same thing from what I just witnessed, that Terry's going to be able to close that gap to fill what we've been missing so Penn State can get back to winning some of these games that we're not supposed to win.
Right. And that's what Terry has done. Terry gets down to the, nuts and bolts of football. In-game decisions have been outstanding so far. I mean, you look at the commitment to the run, on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing along a young quarterback slowly that's going to be with us for another few years that can open things up tremendously for us. Don't think that we're not going to have some more great running backs. He named off all the greats we've already had here. You know what I mean? The naming those guys off: Saquon, Kijana, Blair, Lydell Mitchell, Franco Harris, Larry Johnson. You name them, man. We're gonna find backs every single decade, every half decade, every recruiting class. We're gonna have some backs, and Terry's gonna commit to what's best for this football team. Right now, it's Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. And then when Katron's hot, he rides the hot hand like great coaches do. Great coaches do things like that. The fake punt last week, things like that, man, are some adjustments I haven't seen in the last decade, with Franklin. So you're talking about a guy that's going to do the right things at the right time to give us a chance to win football games. Whether we're supposed to win them or not supposed to win them, we're going to find ways to win some of those games because you got a great game in-game adjustment guy in Terry Smith. These dudes, man, they'll run through a wall for this dude, man.
Yes, they will.
You're going to get the best out of everybody. I don't care if you're 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, blue chip, like they called it back when we played. You know what I mean? These dudes, man, they love this man, and they speak for Terry. I don't know whoever. They ain't got to listen to us, Dre. Listen to them dudes. Listen to them dudes and what they're saying. You know what I mean? And people talking about like recruits are going elsewhere, they're decommitting. I don't care. I don't want them here if they don't want to be here. We're going to get the guys that want to be here. And Terry Smith will get the guys that want to be here, and he's going to make them successful. Success with honors.
Hey, you know what one of the things that I've been very impressed with as we talk about how Terry is managing our program is how you haven't heard the criticism of our defense coordinator and our offensive coordinator in weeks. As we've seen how the production has gone up.
Yep.
Okay, offensively from the wide receiver position, the running back position. Granted, the level of competition is what it is, but there was a couple of teams we should have beat that our production wasn't there. Needless to say, I like the fact that Terry sat down with his OC and his DC and said, "I'm the head coach. This is the way I see things. This is what I need you to get done here. And on defense, this is what I need you to get done here." Okay? Just think about the changes that Terry has made as he's been in that big chair.
Right.
If that could have been done at the beginning of the season. I know you can't look back, hindsight, this, that, and the other. All I can say is it's obvious that the same coaches leading our offense and leading our defense have done things differently under Terry Smith's tenure.
Damn right. Yeah, I know he simplified things under Coach Knowles on defense, and the defense has been able to pin their ears back and just play ball instead of having to think too much. On offense, they've made a concerted effort to get the ball down the field, even with a young quarterback. We got some high-priced receivers. Get those boys involved, because the reason they can get involved is because we got a run game that sticks to it. Now we can play action, get in behind linebackers, get past safeties. That adjustment alone has been critical. It's been critical. You talk about, some of the teams that, we weren't going to go back in the past, but, no disrespect to Villanova or FIU or Nevada. But those games should have been blowouts. They should have been.
Listen.
And they were dog fights the whole way. Come on, Drew. This is how, you make adjustments, you find a way to beat people down, but he's also got these guys in the mindset that they're supposed to beat these dudes down. You might talk in the public like, it's gonna be a tough game. They've got this running back, they got that wide. But you get in that private meeting, you tell them, man, we're gonna beat the brakes off these dudes. You know what I mean? We're gonna beat the brakes off of them.
That reminds me of a coach you and I had. He publicly was talked about like they the greatest thing.
They're great. Just like bread. Yeah. But in that private meeting, though, he's like, man, please. Man, and he said that against the greatest team, the Notre Dames, the Texas, the Miamis. He knew that we're gonna go out there and put something on them.
We had a game plan.
Always.
And we're gonna put hats on people.
Hit them in the mouth, man. I think this team has gotten way more physical than they ever have, man. And I think that's always the key. I like the fact that he holds everybody accountable, from freshmen to 3-4 year starters, man. Seniors,
you've been hearing that, right? From the players. You've been hearing about how Smith is holding even the veteran players there, challenging them. And they said that's different, right?
Everybody. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I remember a time too, Juice. That's how it used to be right there, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, hell. I see people get their jersey changed in mid-practice. Talk about some
blue to
pressure.
what?
Talk about some pressure, boy. I'll tell you that right there. You guys went from blue to light blue or whatever y'all went to green. Y'all went to green. You know what I mean? We went from light blue to, oh, man, it was crazy. But I tell you what, we tightened up.
Yeah.
And we went out there and did what we were supposed to do, did the right things. And, we're talking a lot of football stuff too, Dre, but, man, don't think that he won't hold these guys accountable in the public. Don't think he won't hold them accountable in the classroom. He knows what it takes, man. And guys that do the right things will get the right opportunities, and he's going to have them ready to play day in, day out.
I mean, that's the thing I love about our program, man. And, I hate to be this old guy, and, I know it's guys older than me that have played there and since. But, man, that place is special, man. That place is just
it is, man.
So
I'd hate to have to leave him, Dre. I'd hate to have to leave him, man. Look, my family knows this, man. 6 days a week, I'm pretty much rocking Penn State stuff. No matter what time of year, it's Penn State Saturday all year long. All 52 weeks, Penn State Saturday. You will not catch me without blue and white on Saturday, no matter what. That's how I love this university, man. That's what the university has done for me. That's what the program has done for me. These relationships we have with each other, that's what's done for me, And I just hope and pray that they do the right thing here and make the hire. Because he's the guy that reminds me a lot of the way we did things. We won a lot of games. We kicked a lot of butt, man. And I think that even in today's environment, NIL, all this money and stuff, he's going to be great at navigating that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And you said it best earlier about how as coordinators, you got people for all that stuff.
Yep.
Offense coordinator, defense coordinator, whoever's got to navigate the NIL, you know what I mean? He's going to be able to have a hand in all that stuff, but he's going to get the best people doing it. You know what I mean? When you surround yourself with good people, just like any other business, you're going to have a successful business, man. And T. Smalls is going to be, he's about X's and O's. He's about them X's and O's. And you know what I mean? And them kids in there, and the rest will take care of itself.
That's right. I'm going to say this. I don't even want to say if, man, because it seems like it's something so far away. So I'm going to say when. When Terry Smith gets this head coaching job, let me tell you something, man. He's going to light a match. It's going to turn into a forest fire, man. You talking about having a Letterman all across this country on fire, and you talking about how you walking around and how your flag is blue and white. Come on, we all do that, but it's going to be on a whole nother level, when they hire Terry Smith. And we're all out in these local football streets. If you don't think we're going to be out here recruiting harder for the blue and white and for Coach Smith, all he got to do is send a text out. Say, hey, go see this kid playing so-and-so, down there in Florida. Go see this kid down there in Texas. Hey, that's a 411. We own it.
We own it.
Y'all hire Coach Smith and watch how the Letterman get on fire, to roll for him and roll for our program. Not that we haven't, okay? All I'm saying is levels, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if this man, who has more than proven himself worthy over the past several weeks, has found the favor of that athletic department, and as I keep hearing in all these podcasts, is really a search party of one in our AD. So if he's found favor and he sits down and he strips out all the resumes and lays them down, and he looks at the cultural fit, because what Coach Franklin always talked about, it's got to be a fit, right? We got to have the right fit. That's what he was building, okay? If we're on that, looking at what's the right fit from a coaching standpoint, from a culture standpoint, from a just setting a tempo of where the next phase of Penn State football is going, man, you could just throw that sign up one more time. The conclusion is right before us. You got to hire Terry Smith. Okay. And I want to say this, hopefully I want to publicly say this. I want to spend a moment talking to Terry. So Coach Smith, T Small, our favorite barber, we got so many times and moments with this man. Hey, Coach Smith, man. Hey, when you get that job, I'm speaking for myself, but I know I'm speaking for all the Letterman, man. We got your back, 100, man. So do not hesitate to ask of us what you need to strengthen our program and help you move it forward. So I just want to publicly put that on the record that when you get hired, we're going to hold you down like never before.
You couldn't say any better, Black, man. That's what's up right there, man. That's what's up right there. We got you, Smalls. We got you, man. That's all we can say, man. Because you know what? We are.
That's right. We are Penn State, indeed. And right now we are Terry Smith. And OJ, man, I appreciate the conversation, brother. Hopefully we can do this some more. Hopefully next time we do this, we're going to be in celebration of Coach Smith getting that. That's right, man. We're going to toast to Terry Smith being named the next head coach. And we're going to all be waving our flag like we do independently, but more importantly, collectively, as we move forward into the next phase of Penn State football.
Yes, sir.
But anything in closing you want to share?
No, man, I'm pumped. I know that Terry's not really talking about being the next head man right now. He's talking about beating Rutgers, and that's all we care about as well, man. Getting bowl eligible, showing that we can win games that we're supposed to win, like we talked about, and that's what he's all about, man. And we'll continue to do so with him as the head man. So I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, salute to that, man. So we're going to get this dub in a couple of days versus Rutgers, and we're going to treat them like we always do.
And the fans go there, make it a home game for us, man. Hey, they're going to be tough, man. Greg Shauner's going to have them boys tough and ready to play. We'll be ready.
Yeah, we're going to be ready. So, Juice, man, hey, I want you to have a happy Thanksgiving. Travel well.
Too, Dre, for sure.
I love you, man. Appreciate you, man, and everything that you continue to do, man. Be successful, man.
You too, man.
Give my love to your family, brother.
Hey, keep coaching them up, man. All right?
We're going to do that, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Love you.
Love you too.